Hello, my name is Joe Van Wee. I am the executive producer of the film called Forged, shot in Scranton, Pennsylvania, my hometown. The origins of Forged, how it came about, is a story that goes back to a film called La Soga. La Soga I was an associate producer on, and that is where I met a brilliant man by the name of William Wettig, who was our director. And Will was an editor with Josh Crook, had a long-term relationship with a handful of films with Josh. And at that time, Josh and Will were working on a story, I think it was titled then Worked Out in Steel. And as time progressed, I think it was right when I got back from La Soga, I met Will at JFK because he was going on about the script. This is the film that you need to produce. And I got back, I read the script. It was a great script. It was more on the side of an action film. It still had this dynamic of a father and son, a road movie, and it had more bikes then, and this biker gang element. So as they started fleshing the script out more, we got Manny Perez involved, and of course Manny was the lead from La Soga, and the story became more about a father and son's journey through forgiveness. What is unforgivable and what can you forgive? What are the boundaries of that? And that story became far more beautiful than this action element that we could cram into this film. At that point I knew I tapped in and really walked into something special. That's Stephen Holtzman, who is one of the best producers I've ever met, really brought this film, wrangled it and organized it and gave it some coherency. Because we were loosely fit there, and Stephen had the vision of how to execute it logistically here, and I couldn't thank Stephen enough. We had a great casting director, Donna DeSetta. He was more than willing to work and understand what the tone of this film was. Other reasons to shoot in Scranton, there's so many. That I'm from here, from this town. I had an ad agency here, and we had a lot of great opportunities and unfeathered access through our mayor, Chris Doherty, who was monumental in helping this film be executed. Corey O'Brien, Mike Washoe, and A.J. Munchak, who were the county commissioners of Lackawanna County, were instrumental in giving us unfettered access to a county jail. I mean, how many low-budget independent films get total access to a cell block? A state penitentiary. State Representative Eddie De Pashinskas and Sid Michaels were instrumental in helping us. Jim Wanzak. These guys saw a vision of film that could be an industry in Scranton, and we were the first ones that didn't have our hats in our hands, that wanted to leave our budget here, embrace the community, and create an industry here, actually. I think our budget came somewhere around, a couple $100,000, and we left probably 75% of that budget here in this state, Pennsylvania, which was a success, in my point of view as a producer, to do that for this area, because it kind of paved the way for other films to be here and other projects we're working on currently that could be here. I feel overwhelmed when I have to think of the list of vendors and people in Scranton and the community that helped make this film. So it's almost terrifying to try to thank all of them. The Bagel Witch, who provided our breakfast every morning for just free advertising. R.J. Burney, we got all our picture cards from R.J. Burney. Free Mechanics. We had the Holiday Inn Express in Dunmore, who was gracious, gave us a whole floor. Russell's provided catering. We didn't want to go with a New York craft service. We thought film should be a community. It was an independent film. It was an independent story. And we made it an independent production in every sense of the word by leaving the money here and getting people involved from this town in the film. Administratively, we also have to thank Top Copy. I mean, they provided a free, we got free copy machines, fax machines when we set up shop in the Holiday Inn. We also had another list of vendors for new logo it, our t-shirts, our hats, the Scranton Police Department, the Scranton Fire Department, Bucktown Diner, Jody Cadero, a gentleman who owned Old Factory, Tony and Chris and Anthony Piazza from the law firm Piazza, Murphy and Ginello, Krispy Kreme Donuts, the Adcroft family, Jamie and April Valvano, who were instrumental in helping us get locations and more financing. Prino Piccati, they had a pizza place that they were just constantly bringing up pizza. Yingling Lager, the world's oldest brewery. Lion's Head Brewery is another local brewery that sponsored and let us use their labels and their beer in Forged. That's a Luzerne County brewery, very old brewery. We had a lot of support from Luzerne County, from a lot of vendors. The Cafe, 309, they picked up craft when our set locations were in the adjoining county, Luzerne. So every time I talk about Forge, it's impossible to talk about Forge without thanking all of these people, and the list goes on. To continue to thank them because they made Forge possible, and they gave Forge, they were instrumental in giving it its production value. We never would have achieved it without that unfeathered access to these locations.